Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to ETS2. Welcome back to our Let's Play. Finally, we are back now in 140 official and ProMods is back. ProMods 2.52 is now in release candidate version, release candidate 2 I think. So it's not yet publicly released, but I believe it should be very, very soon. So they permitted us, media guys, to showcase that ProMods is coming up, and here we are. So you might have seen other videos from other of your favorite YouTubers as well. Anyway, in this trip, we're not really taking a ProMod specific route, but I'll share some updates on what the new areas are, and I'll leave a link in the video description that shows the image of all the exact cities and roads that are new with ProMods 2.52, okay? But for now, we're going from Lyon to Limoges. Is that how you read it? Maybe. Who knows? It's French. I definitely don't. And we are driving with the Renault T because we have some news, right? You guys probably heard that already. But I have some further news from SCS themselves. So I'll share that with you. But first, hear the engine. So these sounds are from Kriechbaum, if I remember correctly. His Renault T sounds. Let's see if it has that kick, that Kriechbaum signature. Yeah, definitely, and no sudden disappearing of the sound when you let go of the gas. So inside the truck, we have a couple of accessories. We still have the Quick Jobs Tune Truck. That's the mod that I'm using by JigSaw, which adds these accessories to Quick Jobs. That's the name. Makes sense, right? Let's get going and I'll explain on the way. So please don't blame me, please don't hate me on the choices of accessories. I'm actually fine with most of them, even the paint job and the beacons and the lights on the roof bar and the grill. I just don't like this double GPS maneuver here and the double handle on the wheel. Actually, I don't want any of these handles. Maybe I should tweak them manually. Speaking of tweaking them manually, I actually had to modify that Quick Jobs file a bit because it was crashing in 140. And yes, we are now finally officially in 140. So I had to modify the Quick Jobs file. I had to remove the MANTGX files from the truck dev folder, truck company folder. Otherwise it would crash. When you go into the Quick Job screen, your screen would suddenly crash. Your game would crash. So far it's good though with that deleted, so we'll see if that keeps on, okay? Anyway, yes, I'm so happy that we can go back to this series. Some of you guys might be new, you're not familiar with this series. We started Season 2 of our Let's Play series. So Season 2 of ETS2. We put it on hold for a while because we've been waiting for ProMods to be updated for 140. Ever since 140 came in beta, I couldn't resist but try it out because the lighting is really significantly much more impressive. And here you can already see the difference. We didn't even get a lucky skybox here, so we just got a clear day. So it's not the most scenic, but even so, it already looks beautiful. What the heck is that guy doing? Yeah, it does seem like AI still needs a lot of improvement though. So yes, I'm not using any graphics mods here anymore. The only tweak I'm using when it comes to graphics. What the heck are these guys doing? This guy in particular. Do I let you go? Okay, overtaking gone wrong. How not to overtake. So the only graphics tweak I have left is the NVIDIA profile inspector tweak, as some of you guys might know. because I'm not a fan of the default anti-aliasing inside the game. I still see a lot of jagged edges and shimmering railings and whatnot in the distance especially. So I'm not a fan of the default in-game anti-aliasing settings. So instead I use the NVIDIA profile inspector tweaks from Beng & J and Company from the ROX forums. If you guys want more details on that, let me know in the comments. I'll reply to you with the link. But yeah, I always share that with people who are asking. So I try to point as many people there as much as I can, because it's great. It requires a lot of effort, and it requires that you have an NVIDIA graphics card. So AMD users, sorry, but that's not compatible. But if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, then more or less that should work for you. Now your mileage may vary in terms of performance, but in terms of quality, you should be able to get something like this. I remember someone was asking me for my graphics settings. They wanted a screenshot of my graphics settings here in game. It wouldn't make sense, because with the tweaks, the settings in game look so wrong. 100% scaling, anti-aliasing is off and everything. So it would seem like it should result in a very poor graphics quality. But because I'm taking care of the graphics side outside the game, so just looking at the in-game settings only gives you half or even less of what the picture is like. Anyways, so let me know and I'll leave you a link if you are interested. But yes, be forewarned, it will take a lot of effort on your end, lots of tweaking with the files, and in the beginning it might get overwhelming, but stick with it and you'll get the same quality of image as you're seeing right now in the video. Yes, so happy that we can go back to this series because I really want to build up this profile. It might be though that we have to stop this again when Iberia comes out, when Iberia DLC comes out, because ProMods will not be compatible again, and I don't want playing without ProMods. So we'll see. We'll see what we decide when that happens. But for now, we have it back and we have it great. In terms of other mods that are active, the True Mirror FOV is working with 140. I don't think it received an update specifically, but it seems like it's working fine. That's why you see the mirrors here have some very realistic FOV. They're not wide angled. So it's very nice to look at the mirrors, and you can really gauge your distance from there. Stick to 90 here. There you go. Alright, so now to the main event of the evening, of the morning for me. Renault. You guys have probably seen the videos, the announcements from SCS, from Renault themselves. So SCS reached out to some members of the press, and thankfully I was included. So thanks SCS for considering me. But it's just mainly to share the good news that's coming up, right? So we all know now, probably by now, that the 2021 Renault T and T High Evolution is going to make their way into the game. And some people might not realize this, and I didn't until Nemiro told me. Nemiro from SCS. Apparently, so if you guys remember before, I think that was last year, when the Western Star W9X released for ATS. That was, so the truck was being released in the game at the same time as the truck was being released in real life. Something like that, right? So it was a momentous occasion having a truck so early on in the life cycle of the real truck. Yeah, having the virtual truck in there at the same time. So that's great. But now they're taking it even one step further, because now apparently, and feel free to fact check me on this, but this is how I understood the mail, the 2021 Renault T and the T High Evolution is going to make their way into ETS2 even before the physical, the real trucks are released. So this is like the sneak peek, and this is why Renault Trucksters is very excited about this, because you'll get to see the truck itself, the full truck, inside the game even before you see it in real life. Now, how amazing is that? No wonder SCS is super excited. Definitely a huge milestone that they've been able to gain the trust of truck manufacturers, to trust them enough to release the truck here before the actual release. What does that say about SCS, right? So huge props to SCS. Thank you for all the hard work that you're doing. Looking forward to the updates and looking forward to driving the 2021 Renault T. Does anyone know what the T High Evolution is, or is that a secret? Because Nemiro told me about it. He kept telling me about the Renault T and T High Evolution, but to be honest, I'm not sure what the T High Evolution is. I'm guessing it's the cabin that's bigger and like more special, exclusive option. Something along those lines, I would imagine, but I have no details. So if you do, let me know. But don't forget, remember not to post any links in the comments, otherwise YouTube will catch them as spam. Okay, so be forewarned. Anyway, so along with that, that's not all, guys, but wait, there's more. So that's not the big news, because you probably heard about that already. But the big news is there's going to be a campaign. And can I just say how useless that GPS is? Because you can't even see its entirety. There's already a GPS here, and you have that thing there. Oh my goodness, the design choices in this interior. Please don't blame me, okay? It's the trucker before me that set all of this up. Let's say it that way. So the campaign for the Renault T, they will actually, so the truck will be available for driving for everybody. I hope I get the dates right. I think 6th of April, if I remember correctly. But as of March 29th of March, we should be seeing it in the game already, in terms of seeing it in front of the Renault truck dealer. I think it will be covered, so you won't really see it yet, but you'll see that there's a new truck that is covered in front of the Renault dealers, if I'm understanding correctly. Okay, as always, fact check me on this, because that's not the main announcement. The main announcement is there's going to be a campaign. There's going to be like a paint job contest. Let's put it this way. This is not the official term that Nemiro used, but I'm going to put my own flavor in it. Ooh, nice sounds from the AI. All of that is default, I believe. So the paint job contest, as I put it, is something about SCS and Renault trucks going to be releasing like a paint scheme, like a template, and people will be able to create custom paint jobs. I think they will release the templates, and people will need to like color them. So like imagine coloring books. So the design is there, but it's up to people to paint up those paint jobs. Those fill out the colors from those layouts. I think they can use that. We can do that using any graphics imaging tool like paint.net, or if you have Photoshop, paint.net is freeware. So that's what I use because I'm a cheap guy. No, but it's very powerful and it's free. So for basic scenarios, nothing too fancy, non-professional ones, that should be more than enough. But I'm sure SCS will be releasing more info on that when it comes, but just be prepared. So they'll be releasing these kind of template paint jobs, which we get to color, and then we submit them. And this is what's great about this, guys. So they'll pick like 5 of the best and most suitable designs, and this will be included. So they will have, you know what, let me just read it verbatim. The team composed of Renault Trucks designers and SCS software members will pick 5 best and most suitable designs. Let's call them finalists. Okay, so there will be 5 finalists chosen of those who colored the things. Yeah, that's a technical term, yes. Alright, And then the community themselves, us, we will decide among those 5 finalists who will be the ultimate winner. Okay, so out of the 5, we pick one. The community will get to choose who wins, and then that will be decided. Let me see, a public voting that will take place at the end of April. Okay, and then after we get a winning design, after we decide on a winner. All right, let me try and read it while driving. Renault Trucks team will actually recreate this winning design on the real truck, guys, on the actual truck, in real life, in the flesh. So whoever gets the winning design will get to realize, will get to actually see the paint job, their handiwork, in an imaging software, coloring that digitally. You will get to see your handiwork on a real Renault T. How cool is that? I mean, initially when I thought of paint job contest, oh, that's cool. But when I saw this part, they will actually print it. So most likely, when Renault Trucks finally unveils the Renault T in real life, that paint job that won will be included, and they will be showcasing that as well. That will be showcased to the entire world, and that will be, you can imagine that truck being driven on actual real roads, and whoever wins can be very proud of their handiwork. Like, that's my design, actually on the roads, literally on the road. Wow. So yes, look forward to that, guys. I'll share more info as I get it. I haven't really gotten much info aside from that. But let me see, let me read more, and maybe there is something else. So let me see. Sorry, I'm trying to read through. Recreate the winning design on a real truck, which later will be displayed in one of the Renault Trucks major dealerships as a memento of tight connection between ETS2 and Renault Trucks. So they will actually keep that design and keep it in the dealer in real life. So that will be like the partnership, the symbol of the partnership between ETS2 and Renault Trucks. Awesome stuff right there. So yes, that's what we're doing right now as member of the press, as member of the media, quote unquote, trying to share this good news. So you guys need to brush up on your coloring skills, on your designing skills. I don't really have much more info on what that entails. This is interesting. This guy is going super slow. Ooh, bridge shot. Looks like we have our thumbnail. I'll take a shot here. So yes, get your coloring skills ready. I have no idea what really it entails. From how I understood, it's more of like coloring. There is a design already and we get to color it. Or if it's going to be a much more free-form version where you can come up with your own design, that may also be possible, but I think it's the former rather than the latter. Okay, so yes, get your coloring books ready. Coloring skills ready. Yes. I for sure will try to join as well. When it comes to coloring, I guess I can do something about that. But when it comes to actual paint job designing from scratch, that's too much for me. I guess that makes it more reasonable to make it a coloring contest, because that makes it more accessible to everyone. Like if they released a full paint job contest, I'm sure the creative guys will be joining, but the less creative guys like me will not be eligible for that. We don't have enough creative juices for that kind of contest. So I think it's a really good choice that they decided to. Oh my goodness, such a beautiful bridge. Now I'm not sure which one to pick. So yes, it's great that they picked that coloring contest instead, so more people can join. It will be more accessible. I think this will be the thumbnail instead. Okay. Cool. So what is your initial comment about 140, guys? I know there are some people who have experienced 140 for the first time as it released yesterday. What is your reaction on it? Wowzas? Meh? Let me know in the comments. For me, it was definitely wowzas. And I know some people feel the opposite way because as always, graphics, lighting, it's a very subjective thing, and some people are not fond of the lighting, or they're not like, they don't notice the difference, so it's not a big deal for them. But for some, like me, I'm very happy with the changes. It's much more natural. The reddish tint is gone, and you get more skyboxes, and the lighting is much more realistic. Although some people have reported it can still be improved. There is still room for improvement. There always is, right? But for me, it's like 90-95% there. Some tweaks here and there with the brightness, overexposure, and stuff like that, especially in midday. But I think overall, it's very good. Please, no one try to squeeze in. Thank you. Was that a random event, or was that a random event? I think it was an unplanned random event, if you get what I mean. Just two AI cars smashing into each other. Not a random event per se. But we'll take that. And you guys have been asking me as well about a traffic mod. If I'm using any traffic mods or whatnot. Not really. No traffic mods here anymore. I'm back to default traffic. Because unfortunately, as great as the traffic mods are in the Steam Workshop, in the mods, I don't think the AI of SCS supports that quite yet. As we've seen a while ago in that shoulder merge, the AI can be a bit confused when the density of cars becomes too much, and that becomes apparent. So I'm not using any traffic mods at the moment, because as great as those traffic mods are, they exacerbate, sorry, I really like that word, they exacerbate the problem of the AI. So I keep it default like this, so even though there's less density on the cars, at least they behave a bit more normally. Cannot be too much, right? Okay. How far do we have to go? Can I splurge? Okay, we still have a bit of time. Perfect. So right, the Renault 2021, if you guys have more info, let me know, but don't leave a link, okay? Because that will get blocked by YouTube. Just give me some info, and then I will search for it on my own. If you can give me like some keywords maybe, because I think they haven't unveiled how it looks yet, only small snippets of it. I am particularly interested in what the interior will look like, because I'm an interior kind of guy. Like, exterior is cool and everything, but for me as a virtual truck driver, I spend like 95% of my time inside a truck. I don't like driving in exterior mode because it feels less immersive for me, so I like staying in here as much as possible, even when parking, right? If you guys know me. Even in blindside reverse, I try to stay inside the truck as much as possible, just to keep the immersion in there. But yeah, so I'm really interested how the interior will look like. So when you get news, guys, let me know. I sure hope it will be different. I sure hope it will be 2021 vibes, so that we get a very different look. In what they said, I think I saw in an article, was it? Or was it in this email? But I saw somewhere that the 2021 Renault T will be a different truck. So you can still use this Renault T that we're driving right now, but in addition, a standalone truck will be that new 2021 facelift version of the Renault T. I'm not sure if I should say it though. Okay, fine, because I'm honest with you guys. What I am going to be, let's say I'm worried about though, are the sounds. Let's leave it at that, okay? You fill in the gaps. I hope the sounds will be also new. Let's put it that way. Yes. But if not, we have Kriechbaum waiting at the wings here. I can easily adapt the sounds we're hearing right now for the new truck as well. So that shouldn't be a problem. But yes. Not sure how much I can speak about it, but it's my channel, right? Yes. So let's do that. Anyway, so ProMods 2.52. I'm sure some of you guys will ask, when? ProMods 2.52 when? Soon, TM. When it's ready, or however, whichever meme, insert the meme here. You guys know by now. You guys should know better than to ask when the release date is. But it's okay, I understand. It's a very normal thing to ask, so I'm expecting some people to still ask it, and don't worry, I won't hold it against you. But just answering, no one knows, guys. No one knows. I'm sure even the ProMods guys don't know. They have an idea, but they never know until the actual green light is given. So let's just wait for it, okay? It should be coming soon. Because this one, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, is ProMods 2.52 Release Candidate 2. And when they reach those release candidate levels, that's like after beta, you have a release candidate. And if there are no major bugs found, then they will be releasing that. They're adding multiple cities, new and rebuilt cities. Anklam, Bad Oeynhausen, Stuttgart, those in Germany. Certain Autobahnen have been modified as well. I guess that's in line with the Germany reworks phase 3 rebuild from SES. So some of them they incorporated or they replaced depending on which version they like better. But I'm sure whichever they chose, that will be great for everyone. So I trust their judgment on that. Whatever they choose, I will go with. In addition, they have some, looks like new roads in the UK. A36 and A303. Anyway, as I mentioned, I'll leave a link in the video description for the image because it's easier to see that image than me trying to say each one, okay? So I'll leave you to explore that, and I will share the link there. Okay, where the heck do we enter? Oh, that one. Okay. So yes, let's see how that would look like. But yes, I'm so happy 140 is now released, and even though I've been getting the benefits of the 140 for like a month now, ever since the beta came out, that's been a bit rocky. Lots of updates during that beta, some good, some bad, but overall I think they found the almost perfect combination. So that's the risk of being in a beta. Sometimes you get those wonky updates. That's why it's not for everyone. But for me, I like being involved in those kinds of things. So I was happy to participate, and that's why the videos you've seen, if you've watched any of my recent videos for the past few weeks, they've all been in 140 beta, and I could not go back to 139 because I really am liking the lighting so much. And now you get to experience it too, even if you're not in the beta. It's now officially, publicly released. Awesome stuff. But yeah, despite driving for weeks in the 140 lighting, I still haven't had the craving for getting a graphics mod, and that says a lot. Because that means I am happy enough with the default lighting, right? Normally you'd wish for a mod when you find something is lacking, when you want a bit of a better realism, a better twist or something along those lines. But if you're happy with the result, then you probably won't be looking, and that's why I am not looking. I was hoping I'll get this in one shot, but that's fine. We can make it work, like so. I do love those gear shifting sounds. Very subtle, very crisp. Speaking of sounds, in other news, have you guys been following Zmod? I highly recommend you follow his Facebook page. He has lots of new sounds coming up, and I think best news for me, he's actually working on a new version of DD60 sounds for ATS, Detroit Diesel 60 series. That is my favorite sound of all time in ATS. And that's from Z-Mod. And now he's making a new version of that. I think it's going to be payware though, because he is recording the truck itself. So he actually rented a truck. You can see all of those updates in his Facebook page. I'm sure you can search for it on your own. Just put in Z-Mods in the search bar. Good. But yes, looking forward to all of those as well. The sounds are a huge factor in this game. I would say it's like 40% of the game itself. 500 kilometers flew by. All that monologuing. Hope you guys didn't get tired of my voice. Oh, look at that. NA level up, level 4 now. Awesome stuff. What did we decide, guys? Did we decide on getting a loan or not? You know what? I've been forgetting. So you'll have to help me out, okay? Let's get fragile cargo in there. Get more jobs in. Oh, and then you have new profile pic. It's more up to date with how I look now. Bit older, a bit gruffier, but and a bit clumsier as well, I think. But I guess that's more of an advantage in a way. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Clumsy trucking, guys. And yes, I realize I will need a new intro and outro soon with the new lighting. But I think I will wait for Iberia. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Clumsy trucking. And catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.